Hello, you LARP watchers, and welcome back to the Super Happy Fun Time stream.
Is that what we're calling it still?
Yes.
It changes almost every week.
There's various levels of happy and super and fun.
Sometimes it's a double super, sometimes a triple happy. Depends how I'm feeling.
It's always fun.
Always fun.
Yeah,
It's always fun.
Yes, back on regularly, which is very unlike us. Hooray.
Voting.
Some of us are no longer on holiday.
Yeah. Or getting
Or
married.
getting married.
Or getting married and going on holiday.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Indeed.
That's why you get married.
Just like on holiday.
That's why you get married, to go on that sick holiday.
So, thank you as always to Crit.
Yeah.
You guys are legendary. He has made, it's worth checking out their Facebook page. If you just search for Crit, they have made, does everyone know what a task is?
No.
So, Task is a old school D&D monster, and like the second edition of it is the hardest that you'll ever find. And it is like, it's a level 30 monster. And in the old edition, if you're level 10, you literally, as soon as you see it, you run away. If you're under level 10, that's it. It's got a 50% chance to repel any beam or any spell cast at it. And it regenerates something like 50 hit points a round. And to drop it, you've got to get it down to minus 50, and then you've got to have someone use a greater wish spell to wish it out of existence. And there's a 50% chance that spell will get reflected onto the person who casts it.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
And they've made the model for it, and they've sculpted it, and it's 30 centimetres tall.
That's cool.
So it's like this.
That's awesome.
Let me just have a tabletop go. Here we go.
Now, what are we fighting tonight, Adam? Well.
And you rolled it.
This is why we're talking about it, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Why do you have a third camera set up, Adam?
I'm glad you asked.
Surprise, surprise.
Dom has lent us 2 of them. And it's seriously cool. So it's worth checking that out. The surprise hasn't arrived yet, but a viewer has told us he got us a big surprise.
Ooh.
I don't want to tell anyone what it is yet until it arrives.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Thank
Exciting.
you for whoever sent that in.
Is it donuts?
Yes.
We wouldn't say no to more donuts.
There's always donuts.
Are we ready to do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll do a quick recap. Last week was the first week back after a few weeks away. The pie is separated. Some of you found yourselves in the bowels of the earth, deep within a crypt. There's a bit from watching last week's back, which I didn't make very clear. When you put the staff inside it, the whole crypt moved, not the inside of it moved.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I watched it back because as soon as I said it, I realised I wasn't very clear. And then I watched it back and it was really not very clear. That if it was like the inside peeled away or if the whole thing. So the whole sort of
thing,
sarcophagus moved
Right.
across.
So I was riding it.
I thought we were like climbing inside it.
So-
That's
Exactly,
cool.
yeah. Sorry, I wasn't very good
It's all
there.
good.
That's fine.
And
Same as all.
yeah, you discovered what was the prayer room or sanctum of, can anyone remember who?
So, okay.
So
Exactly.
Good.
His spirit still resides inside Barovia. It would seem that even he isn't powerful enough to get out altogether. He said that Tatiana was safe-ish. And told you about a deal he'd made where someone brought a very powerful gem to him to keep this room out of the clutches of Strahd. But in doing so, sacrificed a third of their crops for wine to do it. And still has not been forgiven by his father. You decided out of the stash in there to take a few of the items. You took the armour, the orb,
The
the
healing potion.
necklace.
No, we left the necklace.
Necklace of warmth.
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, but we took the healing potion.
And you took the healing
And the
potion.
scabbard.
We left the other.
And the
Oh,
scabbard.
yeah.
So you took a good percentage.
We left the
but
gem.
You left the
It was
gem
about
in there.
50-50, wasn't it?
Yeah, we left the gem. We left
And
another
after
potion.
resting in the room, just even for a short rest, the powers within this room healed your wounds quite quickly. You felt refreshed on leaving. Exhausted bones feeling youthful again. The others, after leaving the Wizards of Wine, you had to leave in a hurry because he ran into some Barovian fine citizens, taken them under your wing.
Was that before or after we poisoned them?
Hey, wait, I healed them.
After poison one, given in the poison wine, you then cured them and took them away, avoiding disruption. Because Davarin, although he seems to have the best wishes for the citizens in his mind, isn't the most welcoming in a person. He also said that Erwin had how many days to leave?
2.
Yes.
2 days before he needed to shift.
Talk to the rest of the family and ask them to try and
try and
prolong it,
intercede.
if possible.
He spoke to Stefan and asked her, and she said she'd do what she can, but she wasn't going to push it.
Yeah.
Hurried along the road, made good time. For some reason went off the road and round a random bit. You're not really sure why, Jackal. And then caught up with these guys, and then made your way to Kresk, where you were met by, anyone remember his name?
We weren't given his name. It was
No, at the door. Who met you at the door?
What's his name?
Vladimir.
no.
It's Russian.
Wait, is that the guy? Wait, did you talk about the Burgmeister or the guy that whose wife Red helped?
Ivan.
Yeah, you met Ivan, the guard, and what's the name of the Burgmeister?
Something vaguely
Dmitri?
Russian.
It was indeed.
Ooh, well
Russian
done.
Dmitri, well done. As you were welcomed in, he said there was a Dusk Elf here to see you. He arrived a little while ago and was waiting in the stables. He was expecting you. As you went in, expecting to see whom, but instead you saw somebody else. Yeah. And that's where we'll begin.
Friendly guy.
Bear with me. So, he stands not tall but not short. True kind of thinks classic Star Trek Vulcan-like face. Very hard features. The ears standing up, no sideburns, but the black hair back. Mimicking slightly Strahd, it's a similar style for sure, but you would have definitely seen elves have this style of hair. Slightly damp hair, pushed all the way back. Eyebrows arching up slightly. Half a smile on his face that comes nowhere near reaching his eyes at all. As you look into them, there is no movement. There's no creases to say that they have ever smiled in a long time. He's wearing leather armour that you can see now. Looks exquisitely well made. And a heavy cloak around him with a slight white trim of fur to it. A hood down, which you have seen before from behind. There's definitely a weapon underneath. Looks just like a single sword of some description. It's not huge. Doesn't seem to carry a shield of any description. Now, I really must insist you come for dinner. I see. Stairs. Ivan. Here is your friend. As he stands towards the side in the room. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Thank you, Ivan. No, that will be all.
Yes. Thank you very much.
He kind of looks between the two parties. How are people stood inside the room? It's a double...
I think we've just walked in.
Yeah, it's a double door to come in. Was it you kind of walked in and immediately stopped?
Yeah.
He kind of looks up towards the door where there's a small busload of you just all kind of stood milling in the doorway still.
I step forward, as I say that to Ivan.
Okay.
Basically make space so he could leave the room.
As he starts to go, the Dusk Elf. I would love some refreshments. Just something simple to whet the appetite. Yes, Of course, I shall return. Simon, a little nod, and he kind of looks between the two parties again and starts making his way out. I can promise you... Sorry, I've still got Ivan's accent. I can promise you safe passage.
And when we get there?
An exquisite meal and excellent company.
And after the meal? And after the meal?
You'll never want to leave.
Red raises her spear slightly.
You'll be free to. From what I understand, you have not travelled long together. Maybe some of you would wish to stay. His eyes drift over to you, Hessia. Again, there's no smile to them, but he's still got this kind of half smirk to his face the entire time. His lips quite thin. Gabriel, as you look at him, every now and again you can hear just the voices when you had this flashback, or whatever it was, this vision where you met him in another life as somebody else.
Can I see the sword?
You can tell he's got a weapon there, but his cloak is around him. I think his cloak is Game of Thrones styly, that kind of quite all the way round. It's not like a half cloak, it's an efficient cloak for keeping the cold out.
Well, sadly, we are on another errand, so we'd have to postpone the dinner.
You are on another errand. But exquisite things are always welcome in my lord's house. As he looks towards you, Jackal.
Your lord has good tastes.
The best. The best of tastes.
But as my colleague has said, we do have another errand.
Colleague.
First. Yes. Colleague.
How well do you truly know this man?
Well enough for now.
I understand I have not introduced myself. How rude. My name is Rahadin. I am the Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft. Servant to the true lord of these lands. The great protector.
You say that as if his position is contested.
Not for 100 generations. He has brought stability to all, as his father did before him.
Stability.
When do you propose we go with you? Now?
I suspect he wants us to go now.
No, you do not have to travel with me. Simply cry to any of the beasts of this land that you travel to Ravenloft, and you will have free passage.
That's a neat.
Nothing will harm you on your way there.
Is there a time limit to this invitation? Don't want that food getting cold.
I can guarantee you the food will be just warm enough.
It's very kind of your master. I thought we were not in his best graces at the moment.
His kindness knows no ends. I think once you meet him, you'll truly understand him. Or try to, at least.
Thank you very much for your invitation.
He kind of looks all over what you're wearing.
Do try to find something nice to wear, though.
What's the dress code?
Formal dinner.
This land does not seem to have vast access to
Tailoring.
luxurious, nice clothes.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Right. Thank you for this gracious invitation. We'll be sure to make our way over as soon as
We're able.
the stars align.
One question though. Does your invitation exceed this invitation? For this invitation only has 4 of our names on it. The invitation we found on the...
Yep, show him the first one.
Yeah.
What is that?
We had another invitation.
Oh yeah, it's while you were away.
Oh, it's...
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's like...
It's one of the...
Red and Jakul will probably look suitably.
What?
Yeah.
You've been invited before?
Oh yeah.
Here it is.
It's red that wasn't on it.
That one. Wait.
So what names were on the front of it, sorry?
Constance, Gabriel, Hessia and Jakul.
Dinner?
Why am I not invited?
No.
My prince wrote a special invitation for one of you. What a shame you have not received it yet. Perhaps in time. But no, all of you are welcome to dinner in Castle Ravenloft.
Thank you very much. I'll step aside and kind of gesture towards the door.
Well, we need sleep.
Pardon?
We need sleep.
Very well. Like I said, just tell any of the beasts or the birds you plan to come, and the message will reach his ears. But time is pressing for some of you.
A little bow. And he'll start making his way out.
Jeez.
When... She'll just sort of... When?
On our way to the cave.
Who?
A messenger?
As he sort of walks past you. Can everyone give me a wisdom saving? Please.
Wisdom.
Does that count as an ability check?
Oh, okay, I'm
saving
going to
throw.
reroll that one. It was a 1. Oh my god, it's a 1 again.
17.
Can't reroll it.
22!
Wait, are we adding that or that?
Wisdom's that one.
Wisdom saving.
Oh no, sorry, it's a 3. A 4.
Oh no, I'm
But
a
it was
20.
a crit fail.
But
It was a crit fail.
What am I talking about? I'm
A crit
20.
fail.
Are you not lucky? Or does it not work?
Oh, I did a
roll.
1 the first time, and it double
double-wonned
one.
it.
Oh.
Wow. That is unlucky.
Double one.
As he walks closer to you, can everyone give me a quick perception? You've got advantage on it, don't you?
16.
10.
Correct.
20. Nice.
13.
I know, right? What the
Horrible.
fuck? It was 15 in the crit.
22.
Standard.
I rolled a 20 and a 22.
I rolled a 10 and a 1.
10. Yeah.
I've only got
16.
I've only got +4 on my perception, but
What? I thought you had
it gives me +3, then I get +1. But I always roll high.
So, Constance, what you see as he walks towards you at the front, you've seen it before. It is the look of when you've seen someone at the Abbey focusing on spell casting. He's got that kind of, that middle distance stare hits his eyes just for a second, just like and then his eyes focus back in again into what he's doing.
Who was he looking at?
No one in particular. And then you actually see a or hear a come from his lips, very quiet, like really under his breath. And as you're kind of contemplating it, you then hear the voices of hundreds, if not thousands, of people crying out in screaming, in agony and pain, begging for mercy, begging for their lives, people backing away, no, 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 as it just fills your ears, as it is all you can focus on as you look round, as these voices are just coming from everywhere. Those who failed their saves take 19 points of damage.
Jeez.
Those who
What
don't
was the threshold?
it's a 16.
Oh, that's me then.
Those who didn't take half,
So I
19.
take out.
19.
19.
Oh, so which one? The with
If you got over 70,
that first number.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first.
Oh, I was fine, and I got 18 on that. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
you
so you
take
take 8 damage.
8 points of
Whoa.
damage.
I got 14, so I will take. Is it 19, 18?
Yeah, is that when you get plus, you get your aura thing. I think that increases saves. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Sorry. I think you get something that increases +2 on all saves.
Aura of protection.
Yeah. What does it do again? I can't remember.
Starting at 6th level, whenever you or a friendly within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw, the creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier. You must be conscious, so that's +2.
So
did
you
you
would
everyone.
So you would have passed. I've passed. I'll take 8 points of damage.
So it was 9 if you didn't, right?
Yeah.
8 if you didn't. No, 9. Was it 9? 9.
8 if you didn't.
8 if you didn't. 9 if you did. Everyone, give me a spellcraft, please.
Spellcraft.
Arcana.
Arcana. Sorry.
Arcana.
16.
Yeah. You know what he's doing.
Do that untrained.
No.
Crit.
He's doing. He cast Misty Step.
19.
He's cast Misty Step. You know it well.
Has he got Misty Step?
He does this like as soon as he walks within 10 feet of you and sees your reaction, then he casts Misty Step through the door. And you see him appear 30 foot behind you, and he just calmly keeps walking.
So the spell that he was casting that she noticed was not Misty Step. That was he noticed.
You
her
didn't notice him casting a spell. You either noticed him concentrating on a spell to either keep it up or to stop it. You notice that little flash of focus in his eyes when someone is their brain is somewhere else.
Yeah.
Always of a crit.
Just
He
as
doesn't
a
look
nice
back over his
little
shoulder.
sort of seasoning on the encounter with us, he's just decided to, with horrible screams and. Okay.
Make of it what you will. That is the information you've got of what's happened.
Ouch.
I guess I saw the
Yeah,
same.
Red's going to be like doubled over.
He's still
doubled
walking away,
over.
not looking back. I'll close the door immediately.
Is the sound still continuing?
No.
No, it's just
When he was about 10, 15 foot away from you, it stopped.
Shit.
What the was that?
Does he have just some sort of constant aura around him that's screaming voices?
That's what it felt like. Can I try a religion check?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll try as well.
13 plus 1, 14.
Same.
14.
You have definitely heard of people being haunted by the dead, without a doubt. You saw, those who did a perception, you saw no change in his emotion at all when he came within range of you. Nothing changed within his face.
If that's the screams of everybody he's killed, I'm glad that none of us drew a weapon on him.
Him or Strahd.
That was probably him. I think
I've
he's
seen him kill
powerful
people.
now.
Gabriel, the difference between hearing it now and hearing it before, there is definitely more now.
Yeah.
Might be because you're in person, might make of that what you will.
I told you all about the vision that I had about the bridge with the sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the gentleman on the opposite side of the bridge.
Ah.
As I got closer to him, I heard the screams and stuff, but I also felt like I was being dragged down by something as well.
Whoa.
So either he commands or has the souls, or he is haunted.
I had one. Saw was in the mountains. A druid, Carvan, gave me a spear and told me to use it. Gave me a name. Told me to go to caves in the north. That's where the dark powers are keeping, I think, the souls.
We're pretty north now. Kreska's as north as...
Right in the mountain. It said mountains.
Oh crap, there's the abbey above us in the
He
mountains.
asked me.
That'll be
His
these, won't it?
wife
Is the abbey up there?
not dying, but he
Trapped by Strahd.
wants her to be dead,
Right.
saved, and Wolf is there too.
Is his wife like him now? Like Strahd now?
Not dying. Maybe.
Any powerful spirit opposing Strahd seems like a reasonable ally in this situation.
He was the alpha on Yesterhill. Belong to him.
Before, I assume.
Druid.
Okay. Before they became what they are
He
now.
wants to free the land. Gave me spear, but
Metaphorical spear.
I felt it.
Hmm.
But not there.
Okay.
We're pretty much by these mountains anyway. There's no harm in
As
going
far
and
as I
taking a
know.
look, right?
We need to deal with whatever's in that abbey as well.
Which
Now
is
we're here.
in the mountains,
Is
isn't
it in
Yeah.
Yeah,
the abbey, maybe?
that's the first place to start.
It's the only mountains north.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. There.
Yeah.
Only North Mountains.
We go to the abbey. If that's not where it is, we carry on into the mountains.
Rahadin did just ask for some refreshments, so we could always ask the good gentleman when he comes back about if he knows about any caves north.
He asked
Fair
for
enough.
refreshments and then left.
Yeah.
We can.
Where
Well, yeah.
is Ivan?
Gone to get refreshments, I assume.
Are we
Okay, I'm...
sure he
Yeah.
is not?
I dash out the door.
Refresh Red will follow right behind.
and then run down the path towards the gatehouse again.
Which way are you going?
Back the way we've come.
Yeah, so out and sort of left and then round back towards. As you...
I've got an easier way. I shout, and I basically send Eric up to scout from above.
As you rush into action, you make your way round. Again, you've got these small homesteads. You can see there's chicken coops and little kind of pig pens outside. The smell of livestock hits your nose. It's late at night, but there are warm glows coming from a number of the houses. All these small, little kind of well-built, well-insulated little homes. As you run round, give me a perception, please.
Jeez, no. So low today. 5.
6.
18.
6. What's wrong with these dice?
Back in form.
What did you get?
18.
6. 5.
14.
Too busy running.
As all of you running out on the path towards the main door, and as Eric originally flies up and starts to circle, but it's actually the opposite direction. It's towards the Abbey. As he flies, and there, you can see, how high did you roll?
18.
Sorry,
Fine.
I'm thinking how much information you would get. There seems to be like almost a shadow around him from up in the air that you can see. A lot of trees here. As Eric starts to make his way down towards him. Can recognise it's Ivan because of his lack of hat, the one he gave to Red. As he comes down, he seems to be leaning against a tree. Rest of you, what are you doing? As you...
Running in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Pretty much running in the wrong direction?
Yeah.
Wait, Red will take a moment to try and actually see what, track him.
Yeah.
Very quickly look at the floor and just...
Yeah, give me a roll. It has to be very high.
9.
No. There's as you start looking at the floor, you can see a lot of tracks coming in
Yeah.
and a lot of tracks going out.
How far away?
With a 9, you would not even be able to tell, even though he was the last person that you saw leave here, you can't find a single track from him. Not one.
I use message. I point at Constantine.
Constantine?
Keanu's in the house.
Constance. And I... oh my god.
I love that bit.
And I send him a message at 120 feet saying that you're going the wrong way. No, my god.
I'm not Keanu, babe.
You're not Keanu.
As much as you might want me to be Keanu.
God, Keanu Reeves.
Got Keanu on break.
Keanu, I don't know. Constance. I send Constance a message saying that you're going the wrong way. He's north. Slumped against a tree.
Okay. I'm literally just going to carry on running down to the gate, and then if there's no sign of him on the road, head back towards the others, basically.
Okay.
I'm basically following you, so I just watch you go to the gate.
I'm walking, not running, but I'm following the group.
And I'm heading towards where Eric showed me where Ivan was.
Okay, at the back you would see that Gabriel goes the opposite direction. You two running down the streets, your feet pounding. Although there are a number of houses here with the warm glow of light coming from them and a couple of lanterns actually out and about, you've not run in and past anyone on the actual street itself. Again, there's this dense woodland as they're trying to be completely self-sufficient with inside the city, the town walls. As you start pounding your way down towards the gate. Red, what are you doing? Gate.
Well, I've seen Gabriel.
At the back? Yeah. So which way are you going? Yeah.
Any direction.
I'll follow those two, they know.
Those on foot, give me a perception. Those going south. We'll do you guys first. You make it down to the gatehouse.
21.
22. Crit.
And a crit.
Oh, it's a love heart.
It's a heart.
Why are we together again?
Power of love.
I sent you a message.
Yeah.
Did Constance hear it, or did she just choose not to?
You make it to the gate. You can see
the small camp which is there. They've got a couple of small fires outside in the open, but the people from Valaki all kind of huddled for warmth, close to each other, ill prepared for this colder climate up in the hills a little bit. But at least they're burning something, and there's one guard on the gate overlooking them in a large woolen kind of Russian style hat.
Okay.
Yes.
Has Ivan come this way?
No, not since he went with you.
Ah, I must have just missed him. Fine. I'll check in the other way.
Safe travels.
You too?
Thank you.
He goes back to his watch. Those at the north. You can see the path leading up almost towards the abbey, leaning against a tree. Almost looks as if he's choking on something. He's kind of got a hand to his own throat, and you can see his face is losing colour. He's maybe about 45 foot away at the moment.
Oh, run.
Or 45 yards away, sorry.
Yeah, double move. Sprint.
Yeah.
Run,
As you,
run.
you start sprinting towards him, the sort of smell of iron hits your nose first, Red, and the unmistakable stench of blood. As you look down his front, he's not choking on something, he's trying to hold in his blood. And you can see it oozing between his fingers as he's trying to push it in, stumbling forwards, and then falls back against the tree as his legs start to give way and he starts to slump down it as you reach him.
How far away was he?
A double move, you would reach him.
Well, as
But
I
that would
see,
be basically your entire round.
yeah, but as I see him start to, that I notice blood. As soon as I see blood,
Oozing between. Here's someone roll a d20 for me.
No, not me, because I'm doing shit.
18.
Ooh. As you approach, you
Well, I
can
want to. When do I see him? That it's blood. Do I have to be close, or is it?
you probably see it about 20 foot, maybe. No, what did you roll to see?
I rolled a crit.
Oh no, straight away. As you look at him,
Okay.
being a trained physician, your eyes scan over him, and you can see that he is not choking. He is not.
He's bleeding.
He's not got something in him. You can see blood seeping between his fingers as he's trying to hold the wound across his neck shut.
Then I'm double moving, but I'm also using my bonus action of mass healing word and blasting out heal.
Oh, that means all of us will feel a bit.
Yeah, all of us will get yeah. Oh, yeah, a bit of health.
All of us are going to feel a bit nicer.
It's 5 health to everyone.
Nice.
So
Thanks.
everyone
That's
gets back.
for you.
Everyone amongst there gets back 5 hit points.
Yeah, everyone within 60 feet.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
That feels good.
I'm healthy.
Good for you. I've done worse.
You feel power surge out of you. The little glow comes from Jakul, as all of you feel a warmth and this cold shoot through you very quickly, dissipates very fast as it kind of hits sort of the back of your arms, going to your fingertips in a jolt, and then passing. You two will be upon him. He's kind of leaning and sliding to the floor still. There's light snow on the floor. Not too bad. You can see it stained and sprayed red.
Mm-hmm. Red's going to put her hands over the wounds and is going to pump in a cure wounds.
Nice.
So, where's my 8 gone? 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier. Which one? Is that the attack bonus or is that the modifier? The modifier.
That one.
Modifier.
Oh, wisdom,
wisdom,
so 3.
yeah.
So that would be 4 points of cure wounds.
Between the two of you, he kind of keeps his hand there, but you can see the sort of pumping has slowed down.
Yeah, Red will keep her hands over them as well.
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, you're on lookout. Give me a perception.
16.
Pardon?
16.
16. As you look over, you can see
Now, with the limited light, as your eyes kind of adjust to it, you look to the side, and just the spray of blood. It must have gone near 15 foot from this guy. No, 10, 12 foot from this guy. You can't see that it hit anybody. Normally, if you're going to like chop an artery or something like that, you would see that there was someone stood here and some of this blood has hit him. There's just a perfect sort of spurt of blood come out from him in the snow. Very, very fine, sort of dusty, like snow in this area, under the trees.
Red's going to very briefly move his hands to try and see what kind of wound it is.
Yeah. Looks like a very fine sword has just gone straight across the throat. The cut is exquisitely cut. Yeah. It is pin-sharp line straight across.
Yeah.
Already, it looks like someone has just almost just kind of got like a bit of wire and just pulled it, just touched his throat with it. And you can just see it super thin straight across the front of his throat.
Okay, sure.
It seems to have stopped bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm going to be grabbing out bandages from my pack as soon as I arrive and kind of like start trying to wrap him up.
You slap on the bandages as he kind of looks around, gives you a nod. I was lucky you were here. Who was that?
What in the world happened?
He kind of coughs a few times and spits up some blood onto the white snow. You guys heading back? Yeah. You would be able to see these guys now, definitely.
Yeah.
As you're on your way around. Yeah.
Well done, Constance.
Whoever your friend was.
Not friend.
Who was that elf?
The coachman of... I will respect not say his name, because I guess you lot don't.
Oh, shit. What did he want?
We've been invited to dinner.
I see.
Well, we gladly said that we have other errands to do, so we have to help your people with, and I point towards the abbey.
All right. He kind of rubs at the bandages you quickly put round his. Oh, that was close.
What happened?
I didn't even hear him. As I was walking back to you, I felt dizzy, and I looked down, and there was a cut. Blood pouring from my throat. And I turned round, and there he was behind me. Those eyes. He just walked away.
Which way?
He kind of looks up towards the abbey.
Figures.
No surprises there.
Where is your home?
You'd know.
Right, yeah.
I remember you gave birth.
Oh yeah, of course. I didn't know that was his house. Whether that was
that was his house. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh no, it wasn't. That was the medicine woman.
Yeah, I thought it was still like the midwife's house. Yeah.
It was the midwife's.
Where is your home? We take you back.
It is not far.
Show us. And Red will sort of tap Jakul and Constance to pick him up.
Hoist him.
His face looks pale.
Are you looking for a chewy?
Sucky or chewy, people?
Sucky or chewy?
Show me the chewy.
I'm going to have a sucky.
Yeah,
I prefer the chewy.
he walks by himself, but he He walks as if the man has just done legs day at the gym on tired legs that don't seem to do what he wants, and starts making his way round. His house isn't far away. A little knock on the door, and the shh, as you recognise his wife there. You look in, it's a comfortable-ish house. 2 rooms to it, a fire bubbling away. More kind of like, think, not open fireplace, but little log burner with a couple of logs. The warmth hits you as you open it. It's quite pleasant in here. It's dry, it's warm. You can see a rocking cradle in this room as well. As his wife kind of looks in a bit of shock.
May we come in?
Yes, of course. Come in. As you all walk in, who goes first?
Red will go first.
Yeah, you got a bit of kind of snowy shoes still
Don't
on.
wear shoes.
Snowy feet.
Snowy feet.
Still on. As she looks towards Ivan, who, do not ask. It is a long story, not a good one.
Needs rest.
Yep. As you take him into this small, there's a couple of hides in here, a couple of wolf hides, a small kettle on the wood burner. The smells of vegetable stew hit your nose. With all of you in here, it is cramped.
I'm still outside.
Yeah, definitely. Does anyone look inside the rocking cradle?
Yeah.
No, I'm just tending to him.
Help bring this child into the world.
No, I wouldn't know about that, but I didn't go with him, did I? So, no.
You didn't.
No,
No,
so
Red will definitely have a look and see Harry.
You look inside. You see the very small form wrapped in blankets quite tightly of the small child you helped deliver. This expressionless little face just kind of stares back at you blankly. As she sees you looking in and looks slightly embarrassed. I just couldn't.
Not your fault.
Thank you. She kind of looks around at you. I'm sure of the custom here, as Ivan. I will rest. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
Not at all.
No.
Before you rest, Ivan, do you know of caves beyond the abbey?
In the mountains. Mountain folk. They may have lived there.
Stories of old. Have you got your map?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is said one of the lost tribes who stood against him.
Yeah, Red's just sort of to go in.
Mount Baratok, northeast from here.
East.
North,
One's there.
Aha, the littler ones.
further east.
Further east.
Let me see your map. It might not be on there.
The only mountain range in the north is in that
No.
corner.
He points. Go to where Castle Ravenloft is, and keep going north.
Oh,
Of course.
There.
okay.
They were a thorn in his side, apparently, for A long time. Thank you. He goes to rest.
We
Also need
go.
to rest.
we'll
We
go
rest.
back to
The barn.
Barn, we sleep, and then we look in the abbey.
We talked about what we need to do next.
Yeah.
So does the abbey? Sorry, I sort of am leaning in from the doorway at this point. Does the abbey ring the bells in the morning as well? Or it's not ringing bells, is it? It's weird, creepy laughter. I can't remember. Sorry, my brain's gone. Was it? It was like cackling, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, we had cackling.
Yeah.
Bells
As
and
you-
cackling, wasn't it?
Bells and
Because it goes dong, and then you get all that good air coming down the mountain.
As you ask this, she kind of looks to Ivan, who just gives a little nod. I trust these people.
want to help.
Perhaps once a day. But sometimes we do not hear cackling for a while. But then when we do, it is so loud.
I assume no one goes up there.
No.
When was the last time anyone did?
Not since. And again she looks. It is okay. On my head be it. I owe these people my life. Tell them. And she looks over. We started to notice we do not leave here. Never. Not to forage. Not to trade. Not to bury our dead. All of this is done within inside these walls. But some years back, we started to notice, at first just one or two, and then more and more. In the night, the graves would be dug up. The fresher, they wouldn't last a week. One of the guards thought he saw someone come down from the abbey. He's not been seen since. That was maybe 6 months ago now. And now no one goes there. The stories when the abbot first came in, he helped the people here. But he's not been seen for a generation. My soul. If they take the Burgermeister's son, I don't know what will happen. As you look at each other, she kind of sits back. I've said too much.
What has happened with the Burgermeister's son?
So I'll give you a GM memory,
Yeah, thank you.
because it's been a while.
Yeah.
So from what you're told of Kresk is there is a ruling family.
Yes.
If
The
you
Kresk-
remember.
Kresk.
Yeah, exactly. And you had been told
He was crying, wasn't he?
he was very upset.
I don't remember.
Yeah, when we first met him,
He was trying to hide it.
He was
but
trying to hide it.
he was
Oh
upset.
yeah.
And now, and this time when you saw him, he seemed much better. Almost like he seemed a better person, and not as cold and horrible to you since a bit of time had passed.
Dmitry Kreskov. Yes.
Burgermeister Kreskov, had 3 children, but the first died maybe 6 years ago. His oldest daughter, and then his middle son. But then a fever. The medicine woman couldn't save him. He held on for as long as he could, but maybe a week ago his youngest son passed.
So he has no one left.
Taking the bodies.
As you kind of say this, she looks over to her crib. Yes. No bodies are safe.
Did I catch that look? When she looked at the...
When you were here last time, you noticed there wasn't as many drabs here as Valaki. Not as many, definitely. You've not seen many of the people here, but like 90% of the people, if not more, 95%, you've not really seen many drabs at all. Where Valaki, it's like 50, maybe more % drabs that you noticed.
They said they were getting more drabs born.
They must be being taken. Thank you for your time. We'll let you and Ivan rest.
Just a quick one. Our character. Does that mean that there's no heir for the Kreskov family?
There's one more child.
Middle child. Oh no.
No, they're all dead.
It's got 3 and they're all gone.
Oh right.
What happened to the middle child then?
Middle child died of a fever.
Yeah.
They said the last one died.
The last one.
Yeah, middle one died of a fever.
Of a fever.
As well. Oh no, she doesn't say what the middle one died of, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
She said they were dead, but didn't say what they died of.
Okay.
Okay.
And the youngest one died of a fever.
Okay.
Last week.
Before, yeah. No, literally like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw him upset. Maybe his wife was pregnant again. That's why he's happy.
Or he's come to terms with it.
Yeah, we should go rest.
Yeah. And we'll leave you to rest as well. Thank you for your time.
Then head up to the Abbey, or decide what we're doing.
Let's
Need
rest.
to
and
rest.
Rest.
Yeah.
Still hurting.
Sleep.
Fine.
Yeah.
So you get thanked. The door is shuttered behind you. The crisp, clean sort of crunch of snow beneath your feet. Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
No. Go sleep.
Sleep, and then we talk in the morning.
You would walk very close to the finger quote crime scene on your way back. If there's anything anyone wants to do there, let me know.
Have a quick look. There's what was the refreshments that were being carried? Have they been?
He had like a water skin, and there's some spilled soup, like a broth style soup on the floor.
There was no
Survivor.
reason for this.
No.
It was
He was showing us his
enjoyment. Killing for pleasure.
Give me a insight, maybe.
Where's the insight gone? 12.
Okay. From what you've heard and what you've seen and not being able to track him, this gentleman must be very light on his feet. To sneak up on someone in like a light snow, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I cast Divine Sense.
Bingo.
I meant to show off all the artwork this time. Next week.
I cast Divine Sense.
I'll sort it out. I'll do it as a sort of slideshow. It's annoying because the rubbish camera, as soon as we like switch to any other view, it loses the time in sync, and it's really irritating. So we need to work out a way to do it.
I need to get the new camera swap over, but I'm just waiting on one more bit for it. Anyway.
Do it right at the end.
Yeah,
Do it right at the end so we're not then swapping back to the...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, you cast Divine Sense as you focus on it and look round. No, you don't pick up anything evil. So mist kind of swirls and curls around you. Anyone want to do anything while they're here?
Nope. Bed.
Nope.
Better.
There's no blacksmith that was easily noticeable on the way.
No.
Okay. Bed
I'm gonna
then.
sneeze.
I thought you were going to sneeze.
Okay. Going to sleep.
That itchy nose, itchy nose. You make your way back, and it's nowhere near as nice in this barn as you were. Again, just across the road, you've got the house of the Burgermeister. It's a bigger house, but not massively big like it was in Valaki. With, again, similar chicken pens and stuff from what you can see at the front, but you've not seen around the back of it. As you rest up, anyone keeping watch? Anyone not going to sleep?
Well, Eric's going to be on watch because he can wake me up automatically. And before I go to bed,
Sleeping.
I am gonna write something in here.
Oh, really? What are you going to write? Right away.
You actually want me to write?
Yes, please.
You want me to ruin this lovely book with my horrendous handwriting?
Yeah, or if someone else wants to be the writer.
I have
I've got
terrible
nice
handwriting.
handwriting. Do you want pretty handwriting?
Yes.
Go on.
Please. He's actually given us a fountain pen as well.
I bought the cheapest fountain pen I could find.
What do you want me to write in it? And what page?
Suck it, Strahd.
Shove your dinner up your...
What would you like me to write?
So just remind everyone, you would see Gabriel pull out this very old leather-bound tome. There's nothing written on the spine of it. It seems exquisitely made. Constance, Jakul, you definitely would have seen books similar to this in the monastery. You probably would not have read them so much. Constance and Jakul, it is a beautifully made item.
What is that?
That I found after freeing Ida inside the cave of Sergei.
Okay.
It's blank. It has some form of intelligence, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And then what was the magics from it? It was
Lots of different types.
lots of different types of magic.
That one, yeah.
There's divination and stuff, right?
Divination and things like that. Like how long till dinner?
How long till dinner, okay?
Nice.
This fountain pen is a bit naff, but I did my best.
It's nice.
It got dry and then it got runny and then it got dry.
Like quills.
You spent some time to write into this book. This old, thick paper within. You would sleep.
Sleep, definitely. I am exhausted,
Yeah.
literally.
Can everyone roll me a straight D20,
Oh, God.
please?
If I don't get a full night's sleep, do I not lose my exhaustion?
10.
8.
14.
17.
11.
I win. / lose.
Those numbers are good, right?
Jakul, as exhaustion takes you, your body aching from that sort of forced march during the day through these muddy lanes and forest, constantly keeping an eye out on the people you were travelling with. Your mind wanders back in this kind of semi-dream, semi-awake state, where you're
you're marching again with refugees, but you're younger. It was before you came to Barovia. Can you remember where you were going? Or who these people were?
I think I would have been an acolyte sent to assist some refugees from a village that had been destroyed by some sort of fighting.
Yeah.
I can't remember what. Taking them to safety. Or helping get them to safety.
You can hear the clear voice from this knight commander who was with you on the way to the village.
Do you want a pencil?
No, give me a bowl of sweets.
You want the sweets?
Want a chewy, please?
I thought you were getting annoyed by the upside down donut because that's been annoying me for like the last half hour.
I'm trying to be nice because we're getting a nice cool moment here.
No,
Yeah.
put a pencil there.
Remember, the enemy has not been destroyed. Eyes out. As a sort of shuffle of armoured feet happens, as the refugees, on hearing this, sort of push themselves in towards the centre, slowing their march down. This woman you can see in heavy, heavy armour, sitting atop a heavily armoured horse as well, looks over towards you. Did she like you or dislike you?
Dislike me for some reason.
Dislike.
I don't know why.
So I seem to fixate on you for a second. Are you pushing your way to the outside or towards the inside?
I'm trying to avoid touching people. And I think this is why she disliked me, because I didn't want to touch the dirty people while trying
That
to
is
kill
why you
them.
think she disliked you. As she sees you towards the edge, and a small nod of her head as she, just with her legs, sort of turns her horse to move along. I want to get out of these woods by nightfall. No one wants to camp here. Push on. As the sort of telltale signs of aching muscles, as you can feel it now, run down your legs. It's colder than you remember when you were here last time, the woods. It's darker. As the darkness starts to encroach on this sort of dirt path through the woodlands, as the mumblings of these refugees in the middle, some of them asking for food, as the people around you, when we get you back to safety, my child, you shall eat well, trust me. For now, let us get you somewhere safe. You hear a reassuring voice from behind you. It's a voice you've heard before, the voice of reason and light in the night as you push on. As you hear a voice from the front, the commander. Face left, as her horse is wheeled round and a sword comes out, as a prayers of said, as it glows with a light as various others, and you can see movement in the trees coming towards you as the refugees start to push their way back the other direction. Which way do you go?
Following the flow of the refugees and kind of like trying to avoid the dirtiest of them, but trying to push my way kind of to the outside so that I'm not in.
So you're to the left, so you're like the front line or not? So if you imagine you're walking in a column, you could have been on either side, and she said face left, face left.
I'll be on the front line, not so much to defend them, but more because I don't want to be in the mass.
Filthy people. Yeah, filthy actions.
I was young then, and it was even worse.
The rest of the memory, a blur as the battle happens around you, as creatures of the night, not just bandits or whatever it was that attacked, as your memory races to try and remember the faces and what happened. Shadows, cries of agony, and beasts of burden as they cry out. Ugly, hideous things as you juggle and jostle in the fight, but then rays of light. Just give me a d20.
17.
Ooh. But you're a beacon of hope for these people as the fight happens around you. And the line refuses to break, refuses to give.
I do stand out.
Pardon?
I do stand out.
The battle over. As you look round, already remembering what you're about to see. You've seen it before in your dreams, in your memories. As you look round to see the voice of reason, the voice of light in the night, the reassurance, the everything will be okay, lying on the floor dead. And like scurrying rats, you see the refugees clawing at the clothing that they're wearing, pulling at rings and items of worth off their body. What do you do?
I'm an acolyte now, so... Okay, yeah, I would cast Sacred Flame on the corpse that they're defiling. Ignite it.
As a bolt of fire erupts from the sky, pushing them all back. But this time, in your dreams, they look up towards you. Their eyes meet yours with terror in them. Jakul, what are you doing? As your sacred fire smashes down into them, as you see it erupt, hitting them, striking them, coming out of their mouth, out of their eyes towards you. Jakul, what are you doing? As their flesh begins to melt away. Jakul, what are you doing? As their figure starts crawling towards you as you look around. As you awaken with a start and find yourself in the cool stables of a shed. Ooh. As your breath catches just for a moment. Your heart racing in your chest. As you start to calm down.
Look around.
Jakul, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
As you look round for the voice. And there's no one there in the darkness. Just Eric looking down at you.
It was Eric.
It was Eric all along.
With his head slightly to the side. As you rest back, what do you do?
Grab some water, clean off the sweat.
Yeah.
Change clothes. Clean my old clothes. Clean myself up before I go back to sleep.
Yeah. Give me a concentration check. Okay. So a constitution.
12.
Yeah, good enough. You're well-disciplined mind. You managed to focus past whatever's just happened. And this time when sleep takes you, it engulfs you. As you begin to drift again, once more. You awaken refreshed.
Yay.
If you had a level of exhaustion, even Ujical, you lose it.
Oh, thank you.
So you're back to normal. If anyone was...
I rolled the best. Why did I have the horrible nightmare?
Because you rolled the
That's
best.
why.
So everything smells.
Oh yeah, spells.
Yeah, boy.
You still have this permanent loss of the
I keep asking for them back. Adam keeps saying no. One day I'll trick him.
Can I use the rubber? Thank you.
As you're preparing, the door opens up. You see in his furs, Dmitri.
Dummy.
What was his voice like? I can't remember.
Russian. Gruff Russian.
Gruff Russian.
Was it rough Russian? Oh yeah, he was rough Russian, wasn't he? He was my rough
Deep,
Russian.
gravelly.
Gravelly.
Russian.
There you go.
Gruffin.
That he is. The people of Valaki, they need to leave.
That's fine.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Good. We're going with them.
No.
I think that there's a problem that we could help you to resolve before we go.
I think we have had enough of your help.
The Abbey.
What of it?
We help.
How?
We may investigate it for you.
If there's something that needs setting on fire, we can do that.
Something up there. Yes.
It is not
Something we don't know.
Yes.
Bad.
It is a danger for you and your people. It is within your walls already. The walls cannot protect you from it. And if we fail, you will never see us again.
It's a win-win.
You don't like him to like us, so...
Walk with me to the gate. Tell the people at Valaki to leave.
Fine. Yeah.
Fair
You
enough.
start making your way.
Downtown.
And he walks. He's not the tallest of men. He's wearing these heavy furs around him with his darker skin.
Why do you wish to help us?
I feel we kind of owe you.
Anywhere where there is light within this place, light should be maintained.
Very well. Just remember that the light will also attract all sorts of unwanted things.
As he makes his way.
Tell them they need to leave.
Very well.
You can see dotted around what you would assume to be the majority of the strength of his guard. In total, there's 5 of them. The person who's been the kind of like leader of them has got their camp up. They look a little bit worse for wear, but they've definitely rested. Comes over. It's a sort of heavy set-ish man, biggish nose. Gives you a nod. Good to see you again.
And you. We have business in the Abbey. You must make your own way to Valaki. It is day now, you can get there.
We will help you with provisions, and yes.
Here seems a lot safer than Valaki. Especially at the moment.
At the moment, perhaps, but they
is
do
not-
not have the resources to provide for more people.
He kind of looks around. There's definitely a lot better here than Valaki. For sure. There's berry bushes, there's root vegetables, you can hear chickens, the onk of piggies.
You do not want to be missed at the festival. Maybe your family will get the punishment from your Burgermeister.
Who is Burgermeister currently?
Same. No changes.
We didn't
Bogus.
kill him.
No.
That's true, we didn't kill him, we just
just
tied him to his bed.
What?
Everyone just going, what? Nothing.
Nothing.
G'day.
Get out.
For when I met your Burgermeister, it seemed that if you did not attend the festivals, you were punished, and if you are not back home with your families, I know you do not care about the drabs, but for yourselves.
This place isn't all it's cracked up to be anyway.
True. You make a good point. Right.
And also, there's more wine at
Let's go.
than here.
Yeah.
There's more wine. Go.
It's a long day's journey.
Yeah. I will provide you with some sustenance to
Goody
take you on your way.
two-shoes.
I'm gonna go sit down and kind of make a prayer to Soon to provide for us, and create food and water. I can create 45 pounds of food and 50 gallons of water.
That's a lot of
And you
food.
gave it to them?
You can sustain up to 15 humans.
Wow. I mean,
Don't give it all to them. Jesus.
yeah, I'd say 45 pounds of food.
I think we could use some of that.
It only lasts for 24 hours, but it
Great.
will be...
Really tip.
What's the, is there a component?
Immediately, like, rock.
Is it literally you just go and
Yeah.
How long does it
Yeah,
take
it's
to cook?
instantaneous as well, so literally.
food just springs up out the ground?
Yeah, they as you invoke this spell.
I brought it. I swapped it out when I rested. So.
Oh, nice. What level is it?
It's level 3.
Nice.
You're spaffing one of your level 3 slots on these quests.
I am helping these randos.
That's really true.
Yeah, you invoke the spell as the mist swirls around you and begins to form this food and this nourishment for them. It's not the most appetizing.
Yeah, it should. It says it's going to be bland but nourishing.
Yeah,
So like bread.
and porridges and
grits.
browny coloured food, but the drabs especially don't. And then the Burgermeister Dimitri kind of looks at you, eyes wide for a second. Huh. I see. As the doors open up, as they start filling sacks and bits and bobs with it, and hurry back, taking this water with them as well.
It would only last you the journey, but
They start stuffing their faces with as much as they can.
okay.
See,
Sorted your Valaki people problem.
thank you.
Take us to the Abbey.
What do you expect to do up there?
Deal with what
Kill whatever's
the
in
issue
there.
is, yeah.
Very well. On your heads be it.
Can you tell us what kind of the issue is? All I know is that corpses are being stolen, and it seems like you fear what's up there.
You know of that?
We do.
Fine. Come to my house. I'll meet you at the barn. He starts making his way back. Takes you in, closes the door. You do not repeat this outside of here.
Very well.
A few years ago now, we noticed bodies going missing in the night. One of my best guards and my son noticed shadowy figures come down from the abbey. He went after them the next day and was never seen again. Since then, I forbid anyone to go there. The others have reported to me that they have seen shadowy figures come down. Sometimes they laugh.
Human? Or look
Just
human?
cloaked and dark.
Was it the guard and the son that went in there?
Pardon?
Was it the guard and your son that went in there?
The guard was my son.
Right.
Last time we were here, we heard laughter. Is that the laughter you're talking about?
No, similar, but laughter actually within the town.
What's that? That sort of really creepy laugh we heard.
Yes.
That's that, okay.
We do not have the forces to stand against it.
Then we go.
We see what we can do, yeah.
How long ago was it that your son went missing up there?
You can see him does the swallow.
Maybe 9 months, maybe 10. Or and maybe a year ago. Nearly a week ago now. My youngest, a fever took him.
I'm so sorry.
I buried him deep as I could.
Did it work?
He's not been taken yet.
Where are the dead of Kresk buried?
In our gardens. We do not have that much space. And as you can see, we try to use every foot we can.
Right then.
To sit up there, there was once an abbot who could perform great miracle. If it is true, maybe he could bring my son to me. Huh?
If he's still there.
It seems that darkness has taken over the Abbey for now.
We can promise to investigate. I don't think we can do better than that.
We will find out what's wrong
Yeah.
and put a stop to this visitations at the night.
Well, let's not waste any more time.
No, let's go.
Yeah. So it's early. Red, probably like 8:30, 9 in the morning,
Cool.
something like that.
Nice and early.
Brisk morning. A chill wind blows in from the north towards the mountain
5 days
ranges
on the wind will
there.
take
There's a light mist and a light snow within that mist as it starts to fall around you. Visibility is not great. As you start to climb up higher and higher as the road kind of starts to crisscross. Can everyone give me a perception again, please?
20.
17.
9.
Oh!
I'm a bit asleep today.
He's still rubbing the sleep out your eyes.
Gabriel.
10.
18.
So we had a really good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Those
Somehow.
roll in high. The road kind of hits the hill very close to the abbey and kind of does the classic man-made into it as you go up and up. As you start to go up, the temperature drops and drops and drops.
Red's going to be shivering. She's only wearing her leathers.
Yeah, you are not very warm up here at all.
No.
Is anyone in like all-weather kind of gear? You're feeling you would not want to rest outside here. Resting outside, those who are not outdoor adventurer hardy folk, if you're resting in the cold, you get levels of exhaustion from resting out here. You don't get it costs you.
If I'm
Even a short
resistant to
rest.
cold, would it still affect me like that?
Pardon?
If
No,
I'm
you'll
resistant
be-
to cold.
You're
Like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I'll give you bonuses on your rolls to resist it, definitely.
Okay.
As you start making your way up, the road goes up and up and up. 400 foot you start to climb. As you can look back and see in the mist now is quite hard. Speak English, Adam, come on. Looking through the mists, the distance you can see drops, but you've almost risen above them up here. As it starts to thin out, not clinging to the ground beneath you. As you look up now, you can see the walls around the abbey with stationed these figures. What did everyone get?
I got 20.
18.
17.
9.
10.
You see these armoured guards looking out, and you'd be aware that they have definitely spotted you. And as you're looking at them, you know something's not quite right. There's no movement to them at all. They are statues still. As you continue to climb above the mist, the wide ledge on which the abbey is perched, again you've got this light dusting of snow as you kind of step through it. The gravel road that you're on, you can see two small outbuildings to either side which stand about 5 foot high, and you can see the thick walls of the abbey coming round from them. The road itself is blocked by an iron gate to these kind of two outhouses. Even from this distance away, a second.
Gesundheit.
I've been waiting for that sneeze for a while. You can see the sort of rust on these old hinges, even this distance
How
away
small
from
are the
them.
bars?
Pardon?
How small are the bars?
Close together.
Oh.
Yeah. You can see the stone abbey behind and through the gate, standing quiet. Two distinct wings to it, joined together by a curtain wall. The belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney with grey smoke wisping out of it. So at the moment, you're probably about 60 foot away from these two gatehouses.
And there are guards standing atop the walls? Still guards standing atop the walls? Or?
The back walls, yeah.
Okay, not at the gatehouse.
Not the gatehouse.
Is there any sign of life in these little
From
guard rooms?
from here, you can't see.
No. Keep walking.
Let's go.
Yeah. Keep going forward.
This is a very open path. I don't think we could have snuck up if they saw us.
No.
They saw us.
Something not right about those guards.
Is it?
Look, they're not moving.
Statues?
Nothing.
That's very odd. Eric?
People usually
Eric, it's your time.
breathe.
I'm going to use my sentinel thing where I can join in with Gabriel. So pop into a raven. Very
Okay.
So I just meld into you in it?
Yeah, and I fly off up to where the guards are.
As you...
Almost, I kind of do it like the Raven from the Raven. And where he goes that thing with his cape.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as you've... the original entrance to the town is from the south, and you kind of make your way round. As you make your way around the hill, at various points you can overlook the pool that you would have seen, and the actual entrance into the abbey is from the north-hand side. as you kind of fly over it, you can see the smaller of the two buildings with the smoke coming out of it, and then the containing wall. Look around the kind of high walls of the inner keep, where these guards are. Eric, how close do you get?
20 foot?
Yeah, as you fly very close. You can see they are just armour stands with armour on them.
But there's smoke coming out of one of the buildings.
The central. Everyone else, what are you doing? Are you just waiting?
Waiting to hear back from him.
Do the sweep, land, turn back into Gabriel, Eric on my shoulder, readjust the hat. There's smoke coming out of, which building was it? The right-hand building.
The first building, so the northmost building, the smaller one.
The northmost building, there's smoke coming out of there. All of them are armour stands with armour on them.
They're not guards.
No, they're not guards. So, Bed was right.
Thank you.
Good
We'll
call.
walk up to the gate.
Should we proceed then? We go
I'm
to
off.
the
I'm going
next day.
towards the gate.
You going forward?
Is there a lock?
There's a lock. I'll pick it.
Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you just walking normally? What's your plan?
Just normally, I think.
We're like, it's like a cliff edge kind
A
of coming up.
gravel. No, now you're sort of walking south towards the main entrance. You're kind of walking away from the bit you were walking up. Behind you is, if you were to walk straight down, you'd basically be walking off a cliff. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, it's not exactly anywhere to hide anyway. It's like a,
Not really.
so yeah. We just walk it then.
Yeah. If someone's watching, they'll have seen us by now.
Yeah, it's very.
Can everyone give me a perception, please?
14.
12.
6.
8. So close to a crit.
What, 8?
What did you get, Johnny? Crit.
This isn't mine.
As
Everyone.
That's mine. Right, thank you.
Yeah, I don't have a
As you get
glass.
close, between you and Eric, you can hear the sound of gentle snoring from two people snoring inside the leftmost guardhouse.
I do the shush motion.
You're probably about 30 foot away at this point.
I hear snoring.
I'll stop. And I'll stand still.
Yep.
Because if I move, my stealth is pretty bad.
Yeah. So
So you hold steady.
try not to bump into each other as we stop.
I stop. Critical fail. Oh.
Is there a window on this building?
From the two guard towers, there are ways for them to see out with like arrow slits, but to see through them would be a challenge.
I'm talking about the one that has the snoring coming from.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those two, the two kind of buildings either side. Yeah, from the back, yes. Anyone doing anything? Ready?
Go stealthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a sneaky roll. Anyone who wants to sneak forward?
Staying where I am.
What is it?
6 when I add on the 4.
I went more wrong. If it was one less, it would have been better. Because you could have gotten lucky.
Yeah, if it was one less.
Yeah, that's the absolute worst roll you can do is a 2. What did you get?
Well, there's no point in me rolling, is there?
What did you get?
I've just tripped over my own feet and...
21.
Oh, nicely done.
Sorry, team.
As Hestia steps forward with a over the shoulders to the others, the tail hits the gravel here. It's quite sharp as it kind of brushes over something cold as it runs up your spine. Pretty much.
Turns into Michael Jackson.
They can moonwalk as well.
The others, what do you do?
Fuck.
Kill me at once.
I focus immediately on the building and have my ears as
that's good for
wide as I possibly could get them to see if they're still snoring.
Shield and axe up.
I'm normally good at stealth. I am.
But you are meant to be our stealthiest, aren't
Yeah, I'm meant to be the thief.
I'm the thief, I am.
Not a good one.
Stolen loads of stuff, I have.
I stole an eye patch once. Gave it away.
That was it. I haven't stolen anything since.
I haven't. That's the saddest bit.
What do you do?
Do I hear anything? Are they still snoring?
What's your dwarf friends?
No, the snoring has stopped.
What was his name?
Snoring stopped.
Fowden?
Snoring stopped.
Snoring stopped.
What happened to that dwarf?
He's Strahd now.
He joined Strahd.
He always was
No,
Strahd.
he killed Strahd and took over.
So we get there for dinner. He's like, welcome.
Only more Scottish.
I mean, come on.
Welcome. That was a very bad accent.
So I'm guessing it's... So hang on, let me get this right. Did I hear this snoring from like the left-hand gate?
As you're heading down towards them, so you're going due south,
Yeah.
you can hear it from the left-hand gate
Okay.
house.
Gatehouse. And they are above us, yeah?
No, you're on basically the same level as them
Same
now.
level.
Two little outpost
yeah.
houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got this outer wall that goes all the way round. And from your flight over, you've got an inner building and then like a inner wall between that and then another building, so a courtyard kind of between the two buildings.
Okay.
And at points, that courtyard uses the outer wall. So I've not explained it very well. So there is an inner area within this, between the low wall, outside wall, and then within that is kind of like another keep made of two buildings and a wall between them.
Okay. The snoring stopped. If they're enemy, we need to get to that gate as quickly as possible. I start heading towards...
Leg it for the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no entrance into this building. It's just the part of the wall of the gate.
You've got two gatehouses with a gate in between, and the doors are at the back of this.
So you've got to get through the gate to get to the doors.
Is the gate open or closed?
It's closed at the moment. It doesn't seem to have a lock on it.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Forward.
Yeah, leg it for the gate.
Yeah, you run towards the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going through first?
Me, I guess.
I think Hessie was the one who started running first.
The heavy hinges
Here we go. Team.
open
Right on.
up.
I want to do it like full on Aragorn. Yeah, open the gates. Yeah.
They have a cave troll. Splat.
If that's how I go, so be it.
You hear two voices from within. One more bestial than the other, makes just a grunt. That kind of grunt.
That's a grunt. That was more like Eric.
A hiccup.
Who goes there? Just keep going. Just stop.
I'll stop and look to Gabriel with his many impressions and identities.
I immediately turn myself to look like Rahadin.
Oh.
You invoke the spell to look like Rahadin. A hooded creature makes their way out. They stand stooped over with their hood high. Maybe 4'6", 4'7", around there. The hood tight around them, made patchwork of materials, ripped and torn in the bottom of it, muddy in places. As they look at you, and you look into their eyes, which do not match. One of her eyes has almost like the feline slit across it, and the other human-esque. So you look at the hand, which is holding this cape tight around, tufts of fur coming out the front. And you can see on the sort of knuckles holding it. At first you thought it was hair, but it's too thick and too numerous just to be hair. Tufts of fur on these stumpy little fingers coming out. Who goes there?
It is I, the coachman, the master of the land.
Give me a roll to see if you can do his voice.
I get a bonus on that, don't I? Right.
You do.
This is deception. I got. What was the thing you said that I've got?
You've got
Is it
actor.
Actor. So I get advantage, was it?
Yeah, I think it's advantage or +4 or something like that.
Because I've already got +6 on deception as it is.
Okay. Yeah, give me a roll, see how well it is.
That'd be a 20.
Nice, yeah, it's pretty good. Gable does a good impression of the voice. It's a humanoid male, so it's not too hard for you to do.
And the others.
They're his guests.
As you hear a voice from behind. Guests! That stood within the shadow of the gatehouse. You don't really see who made that noise.
For the abbot.
Yes.
I will take you now, then.
I cast Divine Sense.
I'd be very
I don't
shocked.
want that to be a catchphrase. It's just something I have to do a lot. It's the only thing I can do it loads of times.
Yes, they're both evil.
Fiends, undead, or no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Basically, looking to see if anybody within 60 feet is celestial, fiend, or undead.
And it picks up evil as well, I think.
Yeah, pick
You know
me
the
up
type of
and I
any
was
being you
evil.
sense, but not the identity.
They're both definitely evil, but not like... just kind of like low level.
Low key evil.
Are they giving me the undead like? Woo?
No.
The undead.
Undead heebie-jeebies.
Okay.
Why am I still waiting? Take me to the abbot.
Very well.
This creature moves with a not a limp, but like an uneven walk.
Like one leg's longer than the other. Ah. Oh no.
As you start making your way in, you can see the kind of inner walls now. If you look over the sides, you can see the path that you came in. You can see various trees are growing up here, but the growth has all been stunted. If you look immediately right, you can see round the corner, so still within inside the wall, as you've just gone in through the gatehouse to the hard right, you can see a graveyard with ancient gravestones jutting through the snow. Maybe about 30 in total, and it actually makes its way round the side of the building. As they start heading across to this connecting wall that puts the two buildings together down the path. Doesn't look terribly well travelled, but it has definitely been travelled in the snows.
It's going to end badly. Meet the abbot surrounded by all his people.
One of them, the first one you've spoken to, leads the way, and the other one sort of walks behind you.
They left the gate unguarded.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You can see now this 15-foot high curtain wall that joins the two wings of the abbey together. You can see two of the guards standing attention above it, those which you know to be just suits of armour. The wooden doors that are in between these, still reinforced, look ancient and old, but they're just slightly ajar. You can see bands of steel going across them, and then a tarnished copper plate on the actual side of the building itself. As they duck down and push their way through, you've got the two guardhouses either side as it opens into a inner courtyard between these two buildings. There's fog within this kind of walled off area where I guess the wind wouldn't be able to blow it away. It swirls, and as they open the door, some of it sort of seeps out and escapes into the outside, but a majority of it is stood. Around the high curtain wall around here, you can see several more of the guards propped up with your knowledge that these are merely scarecrows or armour stands wearing makeshift armour to look impressive. You've got wooden doors to the north and to the east, leading to the two wings. In the centre is a stone well. You can see a winch and rope and bucket attached to it. There's various stone sheds with various wooden doors and various small places that you could go into. You can see two wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth, and both of them have got iron rings attached to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. As he sees you and squawks and immediately comes running towards you as the chain cuts.
No. Back, Miskra.
The one leading the way, you can see, rummaging for something heavy under the cloak as they bring out this kind of wooden baton and step forward and hit the floor. As you can see, their arm is not that of a human, but is instead that of a lizard. And their other hand is more wolf-like.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic
Not natural.
on myself.
Okay.
So for up to 10 minutes, for the duration you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense it in this way, you can use an action to use to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic and learns a school of magic, if any. So basically just put my eyes on, basically, to see if this is magic that's causing this.
No, stop.
No. Okay.
That guard in the lackey.
Yeah.
Again, this creature comes towards you, just cuts against the chain. You can see it digging into it.
No. Back, Miskra.
You can hear again this laughter coming from the one at the back. He's got the cloak tight around them. As you have a look, you can see this creature chained, has got a very wiry build, very spindly. 3 of the eyes are that of a spider on one side. His human seems to be just completely human face, and then it starts to merge over into this spider. One of his legs, as you can look at it now, is not human, not bat, but that of a frog. There's a tail. Seems to be some kind of bird. Looking at it, maybe a raven, maybe a crow, something like that. And the wings coming down, the stretched skin underneath these arms with the fingers coming round of that of a bat. As he runs forwards again, and the first creature that met you steps forwards with the baton, and this time instead of pulling against the chain, the creature retreats. The first one looks round as the hood pushed back now. You can see half of the face is that of feline coming down. It kind of meets the teeth, and you can see half of the teeth inside is coming down deep, of that of a cat. And then part of the face is humanoid. As the eyes meet you, what is your reaction to seeing these things?
Disgust.
Horror.
Yeah.
Red is going to be visibly just horrified.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Try
natural.
and keep as deadpan as possible. Try and keep that smirk that Riddan has, and just gives them that look like, hurry up.
So you've got the two sort of main ways coming off here, a way to the north and a way to the south. The south was the one with the smoke coming out. As this creature leading the way, again walking with this uneven step, starts to make its way towards the southern. As it gets to the door, just gives a low bow and leaves you in front of the door. Heavy, studded door in front of you. So this is the building where you see the wisps of smoke coming out. Starts making their way back. The other creature, you hear again this same hideous and starts making their way back to their guardhouse. You assume. They just leave you outside the door.
They should not
Wait for
be
them
alive.
to.
I'll just put my
That's
finger
weird.
up.
Wait for them to move away a bit more.
I'm just going to open the door.
Okay.
I open the door. That they left us in front of.
Okay. So what we'll do is, whatever you say is what you say. So it is completely in character. I know it'll be a little bit trickier with you putting images, but we'll understand what you're putting in. You'd be familiar with this. As the door swings open, you forget how much you've missed it. This gentle sound of a stringed instrument just swirling in the air. Just someone maybe practicing, maybe just playing by themselves. A master of their art, Fisher, reaches your ears as it makes its way across. Probably a harp, you would guess. You're in the ground floor of a large, maybe 50-foot room. It's got arched, leaded windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire in a hearth, while above the fireplace mantle hangs a golden disc, engraved with the symbol of the sun. You recognise the symbol instantly, as would you, of which god this represents. In one corner is a wooden staircase climbed to the upper levels. That's back right, while in the other there's one descending into darkness. There's several chairs around a central wooden table that goes lengthways, stretches nearly the length of the room. There's wooden dishware out on it, golden candlesticks are neatly arranged on the table, behind which you can see the feminine form, a red gown, currently not facing you, with long auburn hair. You can see it just cascading down her shoulders and up as well in certain areas. She's got quite pale skin from what you can see from behind. Stood near her is a man of exquisite beauty, and beauty is definitely the word. He wears a simple brown monk's robe as he gently takes the woman's hand And he bows very low and very graceful to her. As he moves, you can see this golden holy symbol around his neck. As he embraces her, as the hand comes up, as she takes him. As they both begin to move, him moving backwards effortlessly, as his head not quite looking towards hers, but chin up, as his steps are graceful as any of you have ever seen, hers as well. As she moves and turns and spins with him, you get glimpses of her face, but never enough at this distance really to see her. He's not acknowledged that you've come in, so at the far end of this room, so they're about 40 foot away at the moment. They move faster and faster as the music hits their rhythm. What do you do?
Step closer into the room.
Yeah. What sort of formation are you in?
I'm at the back, I
I'm
think.
gonna hang back.
I'll stay next to Gabriel. I guess you're at the
Let me
front.
stay in the middle.
One second.
That was the incorrect formation. You are now dead.
I point to Gabriel, to Jackal. I'm forgetting his name. I pointed myself. I pointed to Jackal.
Where's Keanu?
Where's Kiana? I pointed to Jackal with message, and I messaged being like, I think he's making dolls.
Dolls. Okay, I'm not.
Not like you understand what's going on. Yes,
Yeah.
Gabriel.
That's what I was sending him.
What do you say?
I
I think he's making dolls.
dolls.
I had a message, so
As a
it's
message
silent.
to.
As you step forwards, the dance finishes as you come in. This rush of movement as the abbot just stops dead in his tracks. At first, your immediate thought is that it's because you've been seen coming in. That was good, but not perfect. My dear Vasilka, you need to work on your footwork. It just will not do. Now, it would seem I have guests. As his striking eyes look up to you. They are of the brightest blue that you have seen. As he looks, and again, the hands clasped behind his back. He looks towards all of you. It has been a while since I have had so many guests. As he walks towards you, he has the grace of a dancer. His body standing rigid and upright, his hands clasped behind his back. The lines of his jaw, the cleanness of his shave, the purity and striking look of his eyes.
I'll give a slight clap. Masterful performance.
I thank you. Masterful, yes, but it must be perfect. For you only get one chance for first impressions, and this will be the most important of them all.
Who do you wish to impress?
So many questions so soon. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the abbot here. As he takes a second and looks up around this kind of inner cloister. You look up and see the sort of glasswork. You can see standing this warrior goddess, Martikov, armoured, standing tall, resolute. Markovia, sorry. Markovia. Saint Markovia. And this is what you would have been told was her rabbi. Again, with the light around her.
Saint.
Constance, you'd probably like to see this place in actual sunlight to see what this would look like.
Yeah.
It would probably be...
Is it gloomy?
It is gloomy, yeah.
Are there any other people here? It's just him and the lady.
And you would assume from now when you come in, you can hear the music was coming from above.
All right.
As he looks to all of you in turn.
I am Jakul Belthorn. We have been invited here. I kind of gesture across to Raiden.
The master and dreadlord of the land wished for you to have company so you're no longer playing with dolls.
I see. And the others?
Hessia.
Constance.
Longstride.
A fitting name. Are you hungry? Thirsty?
Travelled so far on tiny legs.
Of course you are. The climb to the Abbey, I have heard, is tiring. Let me show my hospitality here. Vasilka, she doesn't turn round and just walks out the back.
I am under my cloak.
Sorry. Have a seat. With a clap, the music from above just starts again.
I message Constance and be like, do you sense anything?
Say it.
Say it.
No, this is my kind of thing. This is what I do.
What are you going for?
She senses divine.
Yeah, I do.
She does the thing with the stuff.
The thing with the stuff.
Your eyes lock onto him as you focus, but then focus deep within yourself. Takes you a moment. And he is celestial.
Oh.
Yeah.
As you focus on it. But there's something wrong. He is celestial evil.
Oh.
Bad juju.
Oh dear.
That's not a good combination.
Bad vibes.
That's a killer
Can
god.
I do a religion roll to see if I know anything from long ago when
Yeah, of course you
thought
can.
things
Give me a
back?
roll. Jackal, do you want to roll?
Yeah, sure.
What are people thinking at the moment?
I probably know less about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I'll give you advantage on the roll because you know he's celestial. And Jackal, you put normal roll.
Okay. It's religion.
Yeah.
Oh, 21.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
I'm wondering, how is he so beautiful? This can't be right.
Can't be real.
How
He's fake.
rude.
So fake.
I'm always the prettiest in any movie.
This is a word I don't know how to pronounce. It's one of those ones I've only ever read.
Okay.
You have heard, it's spelled D-E-V-A.
Diva.
Yeah. Is it?
Is it
Oh,
Diva or
Diva.
Deva?
Deva.
I think it's
a Deva.
Deva or Duvet.
A Deve.
It's a duvet.
Duvet.
It's a
duvet.
Duvet.
From my understanding of what we're then,
You have heard of celestials who come forward And from what you've heard of this guy being as old as he is,
Lovely.
and now that you know
Maybe
he is a
we do
celestial, you have heard of celestials who can come in and change their form and change their shape. Definitely. Jakul, something this beautiful, you and living this long, you would be able to put money on celestial as well.
Okay. That's all I know. Just because they're celestial. Okay. I knew it.
You said that out loud.
Garbage.
No, I don't
Sorry.
say that out loud.
He beckons for you to take a seat.
I take a seat at the head of the table.
Yeah.
I'll sit beside him.
He pulls one in and sits with grace, almost like side on with his feet slightly to the side, his back straight, his poise perfect, chin up. What brings you to the Abbey?
The master wishes for a few of your toys. And also, have you done playing with the Burgermeister's son?
His son?
Remember, the master has ears and eyes everywhere. He knows that his middle son came up to this abbey and has been missing for 10 months now.
I'm afraid I know nothing of his son. But I shall ask those whose souls I try to cure what they know. I will do what I can. You've come all this way, all of you, just to ask for this.
Yep.
I met these travellers on the road. They're coming for dinner with the master, and I had this errand to run. Hence why they're accompanying me. How you said there would be refreshment. I am still waiting for refreshment.
Of course. She is still learning. I wish for her to be a pleasant surprise for the prince. Please do not judge her too harshly. I do promise her dancing will improve in time, as will her conversation. As he looks round towards the door, you don't see a flash of anger in there, but there's a flash of something. As he kind of just stares, burning into the door for more than a heartbeat. As it swings open. Anyone who's looking towards the door?
Yeah, Red's a
Or
bit on it.
so over the door would be the actual stairs. She'd come from
right.
upstairs. She'd come down the stairs. As she starts to make her way down, you can see these pale, long, slim legs. Those of a dancer or maybe an athlete. The woman stands maybe 5'11" tall. This red dress around her, ripped in places, but clinging to her very feminine form. As she comes round this kind of spiralling staircase, now you can see the side of her. Her figure, chin held high, tray out. That of a well-trained, not a servant, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Hostess?
Yeah, that kind
Housekeeper?
of... Pardon?
Housekeeper?
Maitre d'?
Really, yeah, that kind of thing. As she walks with every step being deliberate.
And she turns around the back and comes forwards, and you see her full form, the hips, her height, her chin, this auburn hair cascading across her face as it looks towards you, and you see the face of Tatiana looking back at you. It's powdered and dusted, and her skin is pale as she walks forwards towards you. What is everyone's reaction to that?
Does it look like Tatiana?
Or does it look like Irina?
Does it look like Irina?
Tatiana.
Okay.
No.
Because I know they're kind of like.
It doesn't really look like
similar.
either of them. But
Is it like Uncanny
is them.
Valley?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to look like it, but not quite getting
for
it.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure,
Okay.
for sure. It's a good painting of them.
Yeah.
Can everyone give me a perception as she gets closer?
17.
18.
19.
20.
Woo! Or Red could.
It's fine.
Jacob was too busy looking at the guy.
Yeah.
You're taken back by her as you kind of struggle to believe what you're seeing as she makes her way round, walking towards you. As she gets closer, under her powdered skin, you can see very, very small, very precise, just lines, cuts in her, in a number of places. Some on her legs, some on her arms, and a couple on her cheeks and her face, where her face is almost one piece. There's various other. From your role, is your role pretty high apart from you? You probably would have heard of flesh golems before, but not to this level of how intrinsic she is. She has been purposefully designed to look. Normally flesh golems are stitched people together. The stitching on her is incredibly elaborate.
I cock my head while looking at her. She will not do. The master will not be happy with the scarring.
He kind of pauses for a second.
Her face must be untouched, especially her neck.
In time, I will be able to hide it better. Trust me here. She is not ready yet, but she will be.
How long has Master been allowing you the time you need to make this one, to make all of these? And you can't simply hide a scar. This was just not an errand to say hello, this was an errand to see how you were doing.
Your master allows me nothing. I do not wish to fight him. His eyes kind of circle in on yours for a second as you get his full gaze. You can't help but feel the power behind his stare. It's the look of holy wrath. This beautiful, perfect smile comes back. But violence begets violence. Anger begets anger. And love, true love, will melt even the coldest of hearts. And that is my purpose here. Trust me. I know what your master seeks. and I will be the one to tame his heart with my creations. And when his heart feels love, this land will feel love. When his heart feels cared for, this land will be cared for. And once more Barovia will thrive. And once more they will look to their abbot with eyes of love and adoration. For they will know what it is to be loved by the just and powerful. They will know the true love of ones that could kill them, but choose to love them. A powerful love. A caressing love. And once your master feels this love from my creation, all will be well here. And the lands will come back to the light. Won't it? As drinks are poured, as he makes no effort to say anything. As anyone who looks over towards the bottle would see that it is Chateau Le Stomp, the expensive one.
Oh, Chateau Le Stomp.
Do you not think? Do you not wish to see your master truly satisfied and happy?
I can assure you, if you showed him this disappointment, then he would come down on you.
In time it will improve. To start with, we need a dress. Ah, where is a bride without a dress? This just simply will not do. Drinks are poured in turn. We've just been hit by a crazy big raid. Thank you, whoever's just raided us.
Thanks.
Take
As he again, he has this sort of middle distance look to him now, where he kind of like stares off into the distance, in between where he's looking at you. Jakul and Constance, you have probably seen this look of righteous, whatever you want to call it, before. So didn't say anything, do anything. You feel a cold shiver go down your spine of what this creature, this being could be.
Constance is basically feeling very unnerved by this whole situation because everything she has sort of garnered herself towards in the past few years has been delivering justice to the, delivering righteous justice to the evil.
Yep.
And this is something that's sort of above and below the weighing scales of that justice. Like it's not on any, it's not part of it, it's something else entirely, and it's just repulsive and sort of raises the hair on the back of her neck, but she can't think of what to do in this situation. This is nothing that has been like, as much as she's out of her depth with like vampires and werewolves and all sorts of horrendous creatures that are here, all of that is theory that she could have read in the book in the Halls of the Just. Like this is some extra
other
class
stuff
for people who are specialising in other things that has nothing to do with anything she's been doing. So it's just like, what do you do in this situation? That basically, so she's sort of paralysed by indecision of what on earth to do.
As you kind of sit around him, paused. I will not fight violence with violence, for that will get us nowhere. Others have tried to fight this man, this devil. But for me, it is the higher ground, the higher purpose. And that purpose is love. To tame his heart, to tame what he truly wants. I have knowledge. And my people, those who I seek to protect, those I seek to cure, brought me the answer to this issue. It is meant to be. The times, the stars, the gods align in my favor. Once more these people shall know the righteous hand of the morning Lord. Once more the heavens shall hear their cries of love and joy. And the hymns will know me once more.
Eldritch Blast.
You're going to strike him?
Strike him straight on, then.
He is just literally be like... Wine glass still in hand.
Yeah, give me a roll to him, please. Oh, no, just give me damage. You don't need to roll.
Damage. I'm going to use both beams on him.
I can't use any of
And
my
you get one
divine
off.
shit.
Get one, yeah?
Yeah.
It does. Where's the D10? D10 plus 3, because I now have Agonizing Blast. Does 10 points of damage, of force damage. Shut your mouth.
As
You are in the land of my lord, the master, the prince that is known as Strahd. You make toys for him, not for yourself.
Your blast strikes out and pure force hits him as it's like he's been slapped mid-monologue of what his great and masterful scheme is to save this land. As it strikes into him, you see this. I'll let you decide. Have either of you seen a celestial? Probably the two priests, or any of the others want to have seen a celestial.
I don't know if a celestial would be walking around the woods.
No.
No, just like images in
Pictures
stained
in
glass
books.
windows and
As his face knocks away from you, there's not a look of pain or anger on it as he kind of turns back and he grows in size. Just for a moment, you see wings erupting from his back. His face went from being this beautiful humanoid man with strikingly blue eyes to that of an angelic creature. But normally with light erupting from them. As you look into the eyes, the creature now before you stands about 10 foot tall as these wings spray out, but instead of white light erupting from the feathers and from his eyes, you look towards him and you can just see darkness, pits of black where his eyes would be. His feathers spreading out as they kind of display their full plumage. You can see in between where it would normally be radiating all the stories you would have heard. Instead, there's a darkness coming from them, and the darkness of mist falls from them. There's a shadow to him as he looks towards you, and his anger grips this creature for a second. As he tries to regain control, as you see this face contort. No, love is the answer. As you can see him forcing himself back down into the form of this man as these wings fold in. This is not a toy for myself.
but I must perfect it. Help me perfect it. Help me show this creature love, so this land may be free. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Wow.
Ow. Oh, I love a dinner party scene.
Nice.
There'd be no doubt in your mind, he's definitely a deva, a diva, however it is pronounced.
I think it's Devay.
Devay.
Or something like that.
You would know them to be powerful celestial. Both of you would have seen the rage and the anger in those eyes. To make of that what you will.
You could, I think they were a playable race in 3.5, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah.
I think
They're pretty cool.
they kind of.
Because they're angels that basically take over bodies and stuff. And you basically are almost like a sentinel.
They can kind of change their form and do other bits. They're pretty strong.
Their powers vary based off of things? Or
you would know they are always goody goodies. They are never evil.
Oh, this one is.
I'll let you guys have a think about what could have happened there.
Corruption of the land.
Well, thank you for everyone who raided us there.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, cool.
We went up to like 387 followers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like just we got raided by a massive big channel called Detroit Become Human. Oh, I love Become Human. What? No way. Brian DeChant and Amelia Rose Blair do a D&D campaign on DeChant Games called The Golden Spiral, and their game finished and everyone came and raided them. We totally watched Becoming Human and we liked that show. They did like not enough of it. Oh man. Okay, that's cool.
Dish Pickle. Dish Pickle's like, oh my god, he's 10 rating. It's like, they're dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think we're screwed. Have we ever in a fight where it's like everything's like in our favour in any situation?
No.
You've had a couple, I think.
Most of our big fights.
Everything
We've always been like vastly like the flesh
The
demon.
druids you did well.
Yeah, druids we did all right.
Yeah, we nearly lost Erwin though.
Flesh demon we were pitiful against.
The witches we were all
The witches
the
were
hags.
pitiful
There was
against.
that little group of zombies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that little
Yeah.
group.
Yeah, we destroyed
You
them.
beat up that group of zombies. You remember that group of one zombies you beat?
Yeah.
There we go. Yes.
We did really well in that
That was
one.
great.
Do you want some more rat encounters?
How does that work with thingy rating, threat rating, or whatever it is?
So I think...
challenge rating.
Challenge rating.
It means like the level, right? It's like level 10.
Yeah, so
party.
they changed it a bit. So it used to be, they made it too mathsy, and now it's not that mathsy. Mm-hmm. So it used to be like you will use a percentage of your abilities in a X challenge rating lower than yourself. So if it's like 1 challenge rating, you're supposed to use 20% of your resources and stuff like that. So like 4th edition and Pathfinder are like super mathsy, and they can work out like if you guys are a level 7 party against a CR6 encounter or whatever, how much of your resources you should use. And then challenge rating in this is they've tried to work it out, and it's a lot more vaguey. They've like 5th edition gone completely the opposite direction, which I really like, which is not to be a challenge rating 5 you've got exactly these numbers to be able to do it. Yeah. So there's
like
some
quarters,
rules
half, and then goes up in
but there's a really key thing which is called action economy,
which is because in 5th edition you don't get hugely powerful compared to the old editions. So it very quickly becomes where if you add up the total number of actions I've got per round versus the total number of actions you've got per round, if you've got considerably more than me, then action economy is in your favour. So therefore you should be able to take on considerably harder things, because all it is more hit points and they do a little bit more damage or more abilities. It's only if they've got abilities that can like completely fuck with you, like certain monsters do, I'm sure you can imagine, that they can afford to take you on one-on-one.
Like the bloody hags.
Like the hags, or so like there was fear in me when you met Rahadin that if you could drop him in one round of combat.
Yeah.
Because you guys have, if you guys roll really well and you all attack and you all use high level stuff, you've got between you 2 Eldritch Blasts, 2 attacks, dual blasts, a nasty spell, and something either CC or something scary coming out of you.
Yeah.
Where
Two attacks and a shield barge.
Yeah, exactly. Where he is one person.
Never get the shield barge enough. Let me shield barge more, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it 4th edition where they had like heroic reactions and stuff like that?
That's in this one as well. So you get legendary moves on certain
Legendary
creatures.
moves.
Certain creatures,
So that is certain abilities to kind of counteract this action economy.
That time I solo killed a druid, that was a
gives,
legendary move.
very powerful monsters special abilities that they can do after each one of you go.
Yeah.
But nowhere near as powerful as their main turn.
Yeah.
You guys haven't fought anyone who's got that yet.
Not even Strahd.
Yeah. We haven't fought
Strahd's
Strahd.
gonna know everything, you know it.
We just had
Just over
chats
at
with
the
him.
start.
He stole someone's shadow, that was about it.
He still
Someone's shadow.
Yeah, and you
chat
Dish
with me
Pickle,
in the
it was
tree.
legendary to have you here again.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
That was a good one. Yeah, we got a special achievement for that.
Did we?
Yeah, let me
Gabriel tempted by the ring. There was no ring there. I just hate a good bad guy monologue. It's the
we
best
got
time
one.
to hit a bad
What
guy.
did we get?
You want a monologue like me? Fine. Slap. It was either going to that or be
I mean, that's
Chill
worked
Touch.
well for us. He's
Because Chill
now a
Touch
massive
could be quite a
angel.
good one. Slap.
Oh, we got People Know Me have 250 viewers at the same time. Yeah.
Raid.
I'm probably going to make some.
Apparently, this pickle was worried about our characters.
I wouldn't.
Were they worried?
Next game we're gonna die.
So I've discovered you can make special icons that
If
if subscribers
Listen, we haven't
can
done anything
use,
wrong.
you can give that out. So special subscribers can use like special things in chat.
Oh.
Aww.
So I'm thinking of making some of those.
Yeah.
And by me, I mean I'm going to get Sandra too.
Yeah. Maybe Sandra should get like little bits of her like art that she keeps drawing behind us and doesn't show us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about this art that you've got?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but I can't show it now. Can
Why
we?
not?
Let me. We're working on something for next week. Do you reckon we can get it done by next week, Sam?
Can we see
Are we going to be here
art?
next week? Thursday.
Oh, you guys about?
Thursday will be the only night we do because we're coming down for Eversley, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
So Thursday next
Thursday
week.
night.
Yeah.
Thursday.
So next week we're Thursday.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I believe Thursday should be
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
I'll check my
like-
schedule.
I did think about doing this. Like some other channels have a way for people to give advantage or bonus on rolls. So I might give like a competition each week for whoever chats. Like,
Can
okay,
choose to give an
here's the deal.
advantage.
Dish Pickle. Next week you can give someone not advantage but a re-roll. So it's a bit better since you were like in chat all this game. That'd be a nice thing to give out. Like,
Yeah.
one person from each week can have it for the next week.
And they can
remember,
choose
though,
it whenever they want to.
The stream for them is about a few seconds behind. So
Yeah.
like, you'll be like, Dish Pickle will be like, re-roll. It could be like already passed.
I'm already dead.
I'm already dead. It was the death saving roll. They're like, reroll.
What if he rerolls for Adam? Adam makes me hit.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's a crit. And
It's
like,
a killing blow. No, it's
Give
not.
me the re-rolls. Give them to me. And especially, well, no, because it'll be like, I rolled really high. Re-roll that dice.
It's a 1. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I saw. Well, one of the streams, like, but you kind of like it was whoever gave them money, and it felt a bit like. Bleh.
That's what's name, isn't it?
I'm not all for that.
Pay to win, isn't it?
Pay to win. That's
I think it would be like
capitalism.
whoever washes.
Damn capitalism.
You'll need all the help you can get. Gabriel has the brass pair. He'll need it. Yeah. So what we'll do is
One of us just sat there politely.
Yeah, we were just mind our own.
I was getting into the role play of Rahadin.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
he doesn't want to have
Gabriel's a method actor.
I liked
actor.
Rahadin. I liked him
because like Rahadin wouldn't like happily sit there while like this person that isn't Strahd goes off about how he's gonna like become like the leader.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
no, he's not going to become the leader. He wants to be loved.
He wants
The
to be
one who
loved by
saved Strahd.
everyone.
Save Strahd,
Everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if there's a way of saving this angel.
Does love
Yeah,
bring
totally.
back the
Totally
dead?
saved Strahd.
Good luck.
Make Strahd fall in
I'll
love.
go hug the angel. Everything will be fine.
I've got an awesome idea.
Oh no.
You should use your new ability on it.
Make lots of food.
I'm so beautiful.
You see the true love here.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll get Strahd to fall in love with you.
Are we pimping out Jakul now?
Yeah.
I was wondering how I'm
You
going to
should do
take.
that to the diva and be like, what you need to do is you need to give your love to Zune and then let Zune see him. Then Zune can just come down and be like, you stupid ass angel.
Who gave you the right?
Lovely. Yeah, I like that idea. So what we'll do is we'll find there's a way to like add a bot that like puts down the rules. So we'll be able to like.
Also, we've still got like a buttload of dice to
we
give
have
away.
got a
And
We need
some
to find
scully
another.
keyrings.
Oh, and some like skull key rings. This one's got a crying eye and a bullet hole in its head.
Yeah.
Just what you've always
And
wanted.
this one has devil horns.
Next time we can.
I'm going to take the price tag off it.
We may.
£500. Wow.
Oh my god, they're worth so much. They're worth £150.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll do that for next time. So next game is next
Thursday.
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 We'll try and
I'll
start at
double
the
check
same
if I've got
time.
any meetings. That should be fine.
Ish.
Find out. Let us know.
Lovely. Cheers for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm now going to eat a donut. Pick it up in eyeballing them. And Dish Pickle, don't forget, next week you will, because you've been active in chat, so we'll choose someone who's been in and they can have a re-roll for the next week. I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Better,
Make it a good one.
The one where I was watching it where they're like, you can give them money and it gives someone a re-roll. It's just like, have a good day. And like, you could even like give them money and it gave one of the characters magic items and stuff. I was like, holy smokes.
That's mad.
Yeah, isn't it just right?
Be our benefactors.
Give us money.
Pay for our completely fake stuff.
Finished. Lovely. Thanks, everyone. Bye.